We located over $100 billion in undocumented funds going from Qatar, i.e. the Muslim Brotherhood, to American universities. We found $10 billion at Cornell, $1.3 billion at Texas A&M. Brown University, we found $1 billion in one program called the Choices Program, led by a Professor Bartov, Omer Bartov, who's a scholar of genocide, who's now arguing that Israel is committing a genocide. Interestingly enough, he's running this project that got $1 billion from the Qataris, and they're creating curriculum for over 8,000 schools across the country, erasing minorities from the Middle East, erasing Jewish presence from the Middle East, erasing Christian presence from the Middle East, and inculcating children across the United States in this anti-Semitic, anti-Christian, anti-democratic curriculum. So here you have a regime swimming in money that is committed to the Muslim Brotherhood ideology, which seeks to replace democracy, to destroy democracy. And Islam is a spiritual oath to the Muslim Brotherhood. Yosef Qaradawi, who was the spiritual head of the Brotherhood for many years, always preached that the true believer, the true Muslim, is obligated to complete the work of Hitler. This character was welcomed by the British establishment, and he helped to create, he was the founding director of Islamic Studies in my alma mater at Oxford University, welcomed into, the upper echelons of, the British establishment.
Assalamu alaikum. It is with enormous pride to pay tribute to this remarkable center.
So is it any wonder that Middle East studies at Oxford or Islamic studies at Oxford, these very important institutions, are turning out apologists for the Muslim Brotherhood, apologists for Hamas, apologists for the Iranian revolutionary regime at places like Oxford, at Yale, and other centers. We estimate that they're playing with over $1 trillion in assets to invest in Western institutions to influence Western society.
Fighting for Palestinian liberation is also fighting for your liberation. Zionism is white supremacy.
And sometimes revolutionary essential.
We actually need to crash the U.S. settler state. So we have to struggle to crash things here. And my students were very, very clear about this. We have to struggle for indigenous sovereignty right here.
That seek to dismantle the United States. I hope you seek to dismantle the United States. And if that isn't your politics, okay? I speak as if everybody has this commitment. And the thing is that you should listen to indigenous people when they're telling you that this is the goal.
And as always, I cannot wait for the West to fall.
If Palestine is liberated, this means this is a nail to dismantle the United States of America.
It is our job to destroy imperialism, destroy the United States, and destroy capitalism.
Spoken a lot about dismantling the American empire, dismantling this imperium. Are we ever going to see the end of this empire? Like, would we see the end of this empire in our lifetime? Like, how realistic is it to dismantle this imperium?
All empires fall. Fall of the empire is inevitable. Inevitable.
How on earth is this empire going to be overtaken? How is a country like America, which spends 13 times more than the next 10 countries combined in military spending with more nuclear warheads than some countries have tanks, how is a country like this going to be defeated? And my conclusion is, it's most likely going to be from within.
I've been teaching propaganda for the last 5 years at the University of Miami.
We're in the business of propaganda, whether we like to admit it or not.
Because this is what we're doing out here. We're fighting a jihad in the media. It is an ideological one.
We get involved in media to make sure Islam is shown positively.
Viable as if we're living here to shift this country's political direction and spiritual direction together.
Because we decided to do da'wah at last instead of sleeping, what happened was Trump instead went to the Iranians and said to them, listen, I need a way out. I'm going to send 2 bombers. They're going to bomb, but what did Israel say? These 3 sites. Your scream, your voice, it has power. It shifted an entire U.S. foreign policy.